Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you guys are doing really good. Today we are going to talk about Tesla stock. This is one of the biggest stock position that I hold in my portfolio, and it's my positions are kind of medium in size, medium to small in size, because they're directly co-linked to the amount of saving I do each year or throughout the year. Now I have not made positions in Tesla from past, I would believe, 6 to 8 months. Not much is what I have added, and today I'm going to talk about how the returns have been and what are the triggers that I expect associated to Tesla in upcoming years. And when I say upcoming years, is 10 to 15 years from now is what I see and how I see the company growing. And before we move forward, let me be very clear, this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research before investing, and also consult your financial advisor before you take any financial decision. This video is just how I'm trying to invest and gain my financial freedom. So please do keep in mind what I'm doing may or may not be applicable to you, or actually might not be safe for you as well. So when we talk about Tesla, it's more or less 33% of my portfolio. The position that I hold in Tesla is one of the bigger positions. So how I see my portfolio is US stocks, which is 33%, 33% is in crypto, and 33% is in Indian stock market. We'll talk about Indian stock market some other time. I've already shared how my crypto positions hold at the moment. That majority is in Bitcoin, and then I have some altcoins which I might be expanding in future. And now the third thing, Tesla, is what we are going to talk about. And I believe I completed my majority of my Tesla positions in like a year back. Since then I've just been holding, and I plan to hold it for at least 10 to 15 more years. Now the reason behind me buying Tesla so aggressively was that I believe it is a growth oriented company. This When I started buying Tesla, it was around $666 billion. I believe now it's above $1 trillion, and I believe it's going to expand further as well. It might be the first company to hit 10 trillion, and I can be completely wrong as well, because I don't know what's going to happen in market in future. I'm just speculating based on my understanding that it might be a good company to hold. So what are the things that I have in mind while and what were the reasons behind me buying Tesla? First of all, is when I was buying the company, it was below 1 trillion market cap, and then I analyzed that I personally felt back then that this company is at least worth a trillion. It has already crossed a trillion market cap in past, so it's definitely going to redo it in future as well. So while I was buying Tesla as a stock, it was below 1 trillion. For me, that was a relatively safe bet till 1 trillion, and that made me confident that yeah, I can for now at least invest in. That was a very short term goal which I had in mind, but the idea was that I should have peace in mind while I'm investing into Tesla, and that was the reason I thought that okay, 1 trillion is not something exponentially big. It's big enough that the company is good enough that it's again going to hit a market capitalization of $1 trillion. Now the other triggers which I feel might be associated to Tesla. First thing is I was investing into Bitcoin, and Tesla is holding around $10,000. At that point in time, it was holding 10,000, not dollars, 10,000 Bitcoin on its like with themselves around. This is a rough estimate. I don't know about their current holding. So I was thinking, instead of directly buying Bitcoin, why not just buy Tesla, because they do own and they do give me a little bit of risk associated to Bitcoin. So that was the background towards it, that okay, this is the second reason which is associated to it. Third reason was that Tesla in general is a very futuristic company. I live in Singapore, and I feel the time I started seeing Tesla as a vehicle, I started investing into it, because first time I saw Tesla in Singapore, I was very fascinated about it. I saw it in red color, the one I don't remember the model that I saw, but it looked spectacular. It looked from a vehicle. It looked like a vehicle from future. The interiors were very minimalistic, but they were still very great. And I started counting number of Teslas I would see each passing day, and I was also buying as many stocks as possible on day-to-day basis or month-to-month basis back then. And I personally felt this is the company I relate to. EV might be the growing need of future, and that being one of the reason. The fourth reason or third reason, I forgot the count, that I've thought, if I have to invest in a company, in an EV company, which company is it going to be? So I felt, yeah, Tesla is the way to go. It has the hype, it has the pricing power associated to it, and it is also working on a lot of futuristic stuff which I would want, or I would have wanted to be a part of. So the best way to be associated with a company for me is buying its stock, and that's what I did. Third reason is Tesla is primarily a vehicle manufacturing company. It manufactures vehicle, but there's a add-in advantage to it. It is not only focused in making car vehicles, it was also focusing itself becoming a primary focusing itself to become the primary means you transport goods from one place to another, because it had also entered trucking business. Now the trucking business has not expanded by that much, but I feel it will expand in future, because now what I've heard is that in China we have electric buses which you see going around the city. So that means the transportation side will also be absorbing electric trucks in future. So I felt, okay, this is one more added advantage. The other side was that it is now working on FSD, which is a software based business where the margins of a company might be exponentially higher. Definitely the cost of manufacturing or creating a software product is also higher, but I felt once the product is built and is very stable, the cost of maintaining the software might go down. So FSD is definitely one of the biggest AI softwares which people are going to use in future, because a lot of AI that we use in day-to-day basis are more like ChatGPT kind of AI applications that we are using. But AI in terms of providing value, self-driving would be a very, very great feature that retail customer is going to be willing to pay for. So that evolved me, okay fine, FSD is a software product in a EV manufacturing company that manufactures car at scale. So this is a very good indicator for me. I was like, okay, one more point, that's good. And then it was followed by, once they achieve fully self-driving system in car vehicles, they also have trucks, which they are right now working on the development of trucks, and how they're going to transform the transportation industry. That's where I felt once they're done with vehicles that derive revenue from retail customers, they are also going to shift their focus from retail to business to business approach, where they're going to serve trucks as well. So eventually FSD is going to roll down to trucks as well, is what I feel. There is still a very still the deadlines are not there, and still I am not sure if the company might focus on that or not, but that is certainly an area where company should explore its opportunity in future. Right now they're very occupied with working on FSD, getting it, all the licenses, and getting it fully permitted on roads. So once this is complete, working on trucking industry would be another trigger factor, is what I had in mind. That was the next accumulation of reason. I was like, yeah, this is a good bet, I can take on to it. Then once all this thing is complete, I said, okay, now these are the cumulative features which I had in mind. Is that all it? No, it was not all in. Why? Because all the EV vehicles are run on electricity, and Tesla had its Tesla solar panels which it was manufacturing, which I felt, oh my god, they're making an ecosystem around it where you can use Tesla chargers, you can generate energy at home, and then you can charge your vehicles throughout it as well. And they're also working on battery packs. So basically it goes in Tesla solar panel kit, where for your house you can store an electricity in those batteries as well. The same batteries would be used in cars as well. So I was like, okay, they're working on electricity production business as well. Then they're also working on storing electricity solutions as well. So they're working on battery packs which can be used as mega packs, which will eventually be used by cities to store electricity. I was like, oh my god, this is another trigger that might evolve in future. Their business towards it is relatively small, but this itself is a very big industry which will have a very high which would be growing at a very high pace in future. And this everything, electricity ties to artificial intelligence performing in a country, as well as cryptocurrencies, and how much electricity, how much bitcoins can they mine in future. Electricity will be the key driver for countries that are going to control the world. How much electricity you produce will be directly linked to how much power you hold in the world, is what I feel might be the future. So that I was like very amazed seeing all these factors. And apart from all this, after all this, we still had one big thing, which was with Tesla, and that is they're working on humanoid robots. I believe they are. A lot of competition has caught up, like Figure AI and some BYD robots, which we are seeing that, I have not seen the full scale of how they work, but then Tesla humanoid robot was very fascinating to me. They were the first one to start the project, and right now they are working on improving the system, getting them down in the factories, and helping the manual labor job to be scalable. So I was like, once these things come into market, I really don't know what is that me as a human being would contribute to a company. And I was just like blown out after this, like a company with so many triggers in hand, and right now the market cap is only based on the EV it is selling on day-to-day basis, and that too when it has not expanded to all countries around the world. Shanghai, I believe, has just gone live after COVID, if I'm not correct. Please check all the data online, so that you validate it. Just don't go by my words. I'm giving you a rough estimation on based on analysis which I had done way back, so I would have missed few points, and I might be a little bit inaccurate in the precise data as well. So make sure you double check everything that I'm saying. So Shanghai was being launched, and I don't know if it is at full potential as of now or not, but then that's very exciting. Tesla is still to launch their production unit in India, which is itself is a very big market. A company that is performing well in Europe, US, China, and India is going to, perform very well in global markets as well. Most of the regions are already covered, but there are like regions like Middle East, we have Singapore, Asia Pacific region. A lot of these countries also have a good amount of wealth and also have a good amount of market that can be captured, which is as of now not captured. So I felt this is a golden opportunity back then, which I would want to ride on. And apart from that, I do plan to expand my Tesla position by a little more as my income goes up in future. But I now, apart from this stock, I do have certain other investment ideas on stock as well, which we'll be talking about in upcoming videos. Do let me know what do you think about my analysis on Tesla stock. It's a very no-brainer. It was a no-brainer kind of investment while I was doing it. Do let me know what you think about this while I'll tell you all the points. Okay, till then, see you tomorrow. See you next time. Bye.